Hello there, people who watch these videos that I don't know. This is Melissa back with another video on Comic Cons and things that you guys might need to know if it is your first time. Today we are going to talk about budgeting and planning cons in big cities. You can see this on my little note card here. That is the type of things that we are going to be discussing. I figured since I made a couple of videos with me doing random topics that this time I might actually have one particular topic with a series of questions that I'm going to answer to stick to it. I wrote down some stuff in my notebook at work today so that way I could keep on topic with certain things and go into a little bit more detail on what you guys might need to know about planning cons that are in big cities and basically planning for big cons. We're going to be talking a little bit about budgeting and how to, and what to budget for, and maybe even some things that you guys might not even think about at all on what to budget for. So I guess my first question that I have here, sorry, you guys are going to hear that little sound of paper. So planning Comic Cons for big city, the first one that I'm going to say about budgeting is, the first question is for budgeting for cons and how to do it / what to budget for. So as far as budgeting for cons, it can be super easy, barely an inconvenience. JK, not really going to quote Ryan George to you, but if you guys do like Ryan George, then more power to you. So basically we're going to talk about what you're going to be budgeting for. Example, things that you guys again might not think about, like parking and food and just in general things that would be something that might assist in the long run on budgeting for cons that none of you guys would think about. So for big cities, parking is usually ranging from around, I'd like to say around $10 to $30 a day, depending on where you park. Especially for places like Dallas and Kansas City, my family and I have had to pay, a bit of money to be able to go ahead and park. Even if you guys are Ubering to the convention, it'd still be about the same, there, and still be about the same back. So, whatever it is that you guys are going to be doing, you should always budget at least about, I'd like to say maybe at the most, $50 to $75 for the whole entire weekend to park, just and to have that extra money just in case things go astray and you're not able to find a parking space that is $10 or less per day. It never hurts to have that extra funds available for you guys should you need it if you need to park. Because 9 times out of 10 for big cities, you're not going to find a parking space around the convention centers or around those areas that's going to be free. It's going to cost you. And it's definitely something that most people don't think about whenever they go to their first convention. Let me tell you, my family and I did not think about that either whenever we went to our first convention. It was just something that wasn't on our mind. So I hope that this kind of helps you guys out with being able to budget your, weekend out on what exactly it is that you guys want to do. I know it definitely would have helped me whenever I went to my first convention, to kind of think about these small little things that nobody else is thinking about as of the moment. So definitely go ahead and just put at least an extra $20 to $75 back for parking just in case, you need it. It's not necessarily going to be a lot of money that you're going to be thinking about, but you never know when you might need those extra funds. And make sure that whenever you are buying the parking or paying to park, you have some money in cash and some money in debt on the debit card or credit card, on whatever it is that you guys are going to be using to pay for the parking, because some places or some things only accept debit cards, some things only accept cash. You never know, but if you find a good spot, it's great to have it there just in case. Just always remember, have money or cash set aside for that parking. It could, really save your life in the long run. So second question would be food and how much to put back for it. As I said in one of my previous videos, food at a Comic-Con is not 100% great. You can ask almost anybody there that has been to a con, and they will most likely agree with me that the food is not great. But to be fair, sorry, my mom is whispering, what? Overpriced. Yeah, my mom just reminded me it's overpriced. And what she does not know is that my microphone can also pick up other sounds, so it probably, if you heard her whispering, I don't know why she whispered, she could have just said it out loud. But yes, my mom is correct. The food is overpriced, not 100% made well, and should be tried to be avoided at all cost if you can. But if you're a first-time goer and say your kid is hungry, yeah, don't bother with getting them that, because you're going to be, like I said in my previous video, you're going to be spending about $4 per drink that you get at the show. You're going to be spending $4 or $5 a pop, and if you have a family of 3 kids plus yourself, and if you have a husband or a wife, not really sure, if you have a husband or a wife, you're going to be spending about, at $4 a pop times 5, that's what, Mom, 20? $4 a pop times 5 would be 20? Yeah, $20 on just drinks alone. Trust me, not worth the time, not worth your money. So, if you're going to be spending money on drinks, definitely go ahead and stock up beforehand with a lunchbox or something along the lines that you can carry around. Maybe you could carry around a backpack or a mini backpack with those foods available for you, or those drinks available for you, and make sure not to get canned, because you never know when you're going to be wanting to set things down. So always bring a bottle of water or bottled drinks into the convention. Never ever ever bring cans, because you never know if you're going to have to be setting things down to get your collectibles or whatever it is that you guys have, and the next thing you know, you're spilling your drinks on the collectibles whenever you could have easily avoided that by having a bottled drink. So don't do that. Don't be one of those people that accidentally spills their drink on somebody else's stuff. Just don't. Just play it safe and bring the bottled drinks. And if you brought the cans, put it in a bottle. I don't know what else to tell you. Bring your own water bottles with drinks inside of it. I mean, I did that a few years back, and it was a time saver and a lifesaver. So definitely think about that before you go forward with, buying food at a convention. Might be something to think about. So definitely go ahead and maybe put about $35 to $50 back just for snacks, so that way you can also use those things in lines if your kids get hungry, because kids eat like crazy. I don't have any, but I used to babysit quite a bit, and trust me, those kids love their snacks. So the more snacks that you have for your kids, the merrier. Also, people in lines get hungry, so if you are one of those people who likes to overpack on snacks, and you are a sharer, the more the merrier. Sharing is caring, because some people might forget that too. So if you could help out somebody else, do not be afraid to do that. They will appreciate that kindness. Especially those people in lines who have been waiting there for hours. They will appreciate that kindness, or that set kindness that you guys might have. So yeah, I would definitely put about, I'd like to say 50. I wish I had a pen. Hold on, let me go get a pen real quick. Anyways, I'm back. I could not find a pen, but I did find a Sharpie. So, parking. Definitely put about $60 to $75. I'm sorry, that's backwards. I don't know how to fix it, but I will fix it at some point. So please bear with me as I try to fix that at some point. Maybe not during this video, but in the future. So parking equals $60 to $75 just in case on cash/card. Make sure to have that available for you guys, so that way you're not panicking around trying to find money for parking. Definitely always have about $60, $75 at the most for that whole weekend. Could save a life. 100%. So then, then your biggest other thing would be, food, like I said, overpriced, not that 100% great, but to be fair, again, you're not at Comic-Con for the food, you are at Comic-Con for the things that you might buy. You're at Comic-Con for the collectibles, the comics, the merch, the photo ops, the autographs, all that fun stuff. So that's what you're mostly there for. So, Comic-Con is not known for their food. But just in case you do forget to bring your own food, be expected, and you be expected to pay around, I'd like to say maybe for food and drink equals around what? So expect to pay about $30 to $40 per person / day. So that's going to be around your budget for the food and drink equals $30 to $40 per person per day if you were to eat at the convention. Versus if you were to go ahead and just buy snacks and things to bring along the way, that could save you a lot of money again in the long run. So, this is just me outlining a budget on if you buy everything at the con, not necessarily your budget on food and stuff that you would be eating at the convention. So really, it's kind of just tricky, but this is just me outlining a small little budget for each and every one of you on things that, you don't even think about. So don't be shocked by that price tag. I mean, this is just something that, happens at cons. Believe me, my mom and my dad and I made that mistake quite a few times whenever we went to cons, and trust me, it's just something that, again, we don't think about. So I hope this helps out at least one of you people. If it is, I am doing my job and helping out as best as I can. So let's go on to budgeting for autographs / photo ops / selfies. Okay, so budgeting for autographs and selfies / photo ops is such a big deal because, that's mostly what most people are there for. I don't always say to, how I said in my previous first video to always bring cash to cons. Well, yes, I do agree with that, but also if you can pre-buy your stuff online, that could save you guys out quite a bit of money or, quite a bit of cash to have to put down at each and every person in the long run. So let's just say if you were going to meet, I will give an example, I'm going to say Charlie Cox this year. If you were going to meet Charlie Cox, and, you wanted to spend, like, if you were going to meet multiple different actors, and you were going to spend about, $1,000 on autographs, okay? So that is your set budget. That is, like, your set amount of money that you're going to be spending on autographs. Well, for the long run, you're going to be having $1,000 inside of your pocket in cash if you were to do it in cash. And I'm not saying that is a bad thing, because I've done it. Everyone's done it. We've all brought our cash up to the shows to, have there, or, your debit cards. But again, some actors do not accept debit cards. Some only accept cash. So, it's always just best to have the cash just in case the internet could also be faulty as well, or, just in case, like the internet goes down, or, you're not in a good spot where you could reach anybody. Definitely always have that cash available should you need it, because you will most likely need it more than anything else that I can recommend. But, sometimes it's, worth it to pay the convenience fee of just buying that voucher online, because then, it's already paid for. It's already done for, and you don't have to worry about that being a main concern whenever you go to a convention. So, if there are pre-buys that you can get online, definitely go for it. And that includes photo ops and autographs. Most of the time, and a majority of the time, autographs, like photo ops, all photo ops for all guests that are doing them are online, that you can buy straight up online. So, don't be afraid to buy your stuff online. You never know when it might be a better idea to buy that fun stuff online versus buying in person, because then you have those vouchers, you have those things bought. And the good news is that if the actor or actress cancels, you'll be refunded. So no harm, no foul. You won't have to worry about not being refunded your stuff just because the actor or actress did not show up. I've never seen a con where the actor canceled and they kept your money, because that would be against the law. That's not something that you paid for. You paid for that autograph, you paid for that photo op, and it's not your fault if the actor cancels. So, you might not get it the next day, but you will be refunded for your autograph / photo op that you bought previously from that actor or actress that you bought from. And that is with any con. It's with any con available. If the actor or actress does not show up and you pre-bought that autograph beforehand, you will be refunded. And the good news is that if the actor or actress cancels, you will have that money available for you. Say you were going to go ahead and meet them and put the cash back. You have that cash set back for other things. So, again, no harm, no foul, unless, of course, that is your favorite actor. Then, you might go on a little bit of a rant for a while and cry for a while. Hayden Christensen 2021, Ewan McGregor 2021, cough. But that, again, that's not their fault. Anyways, also, Sebastian Stan, cough, cough. But, for Fandemic World Tour. But, again, not something that I'm holding a grudge on. Anyways, not holding a grudge. That's a little bit of humor for you guys. But, it does happen to where the customer, where the actor or actress does not show up or cancels, and, you do need to get that money back. So don't be hesitant, just go ahead and buy the do the pre-buy if it's available for you. So that way you don't have to worry about whether or not, you're going to have the funds by the time that it happens, and, you already have it bought for your records. And I will tell you this, if you're one of those people like me and never has the full amount available for you right then and there, but you totally want to get multiple autographs, and buy them as soon as you can always do what is known as a fourth of a payment. There are multiple different companies now that offer you a fourth of the payment, and I can name a few off the top of my head that I personally have used for multiple Comic-Cons. It does work. There is Klarna, Zip, and Affirm. Those guys are definitely good people. Little tip, Klarna does not charge extra interest for your autographs, so long as you pay on time and it is a fourth of the payment. Now, if you are doing anything along the lines of just doing 4 payments for 8 weeks, you are not going to be charged interest for your transactions. Now, if you're going to be doing anything along the lines of like Affirm, they might charge you a small fee on the Dallas Comic-Con website, or at least that's what I've noticed, is that they charge like a little bit of extra money on top of the money that you're already spending to get it, I guess for some sort of convenience fee with Affirm or something. But I've been using Klarna with no issues. I don't normally like to say that, but if it can save you guys a little bit of extra money, $15, $20, that is a extra $20 that is right in your pocket. Definitely use that for further convenience to you. More power to you. If you can find those extra savings, definitely recommend to get that savings set up for yourself. There's nothing wrong with saving a little bit of extra money, especially with these prices that they're getting now. One other thing that I can also recommend to you guys that you guys probably don't think about putting into your budget is sleeves. Now, I know you guys probably, for you newcomers watching this video, you guys are probably like wondering, well, MJ or Melissa or Mel, whatever it is that you guys want to call me, what is sleeves? Well, let me go ahead and give you an example of what I am talking about. Give me just a second to reach behind me and grab it. Sorry, hold on. Alright, so sleeves are these type of, things, or basically what most people call them are autograph protectors. Here is a better look at them whenever you kind of see it on screen. But basically, sleeves are like these things that you can put on, like in front of autographs, so that way they're not affected and you don't have to worry about it whenever you hang them up on the wall. This one is my autograph of Kevin Conroy. May he rest in peace. I miss that man. He was such a good Batman. But this is my autograph of Kevin Conroy I got back in Little Rock a couple years ago. He was very nice. Too bad you guys, like these newcomers will never be able to have an experience to meet him. But basically, the sleeves are these 8x10s. They also come in various different sizes and can range from a price of around $5 to $20. Well, $5 to $20 depending on the size. But it's something that I've always recommended to each and every person that I've ever met at a con. Especially newcomers, and especially those people who are new to autograph collecting. Sleeves can save your life if you are a person who likes to collect 8x10 photographs or autographs in general. Even just regular prints. These 8x10 photo op, 8x10 sleeves can definitely save a life or your photo op from being destroyed or touched. If you're one of those people like me who does not like their autographs or photos to be touched, I had an experience once whenever I had a person touch my autograph of Tara Strong, which is something that you can see up there. It's that Harley Quinn one right at the moment. You could probably see it. It's like right there, Harley Quinn. That is my Tara Strong autograph that was specifically laid out to me. The other one next to it is Giancarlo, who played Lex Luthor in the Harley Quinn series. Yes, he played him. I double-checked. Great dude, by the way. If you've never met him, I've met him once, and he is super duper nice. So, really chill dude. But, anyways, the autograph here, like these are also really good for photo ops. If you are like me and like to have, like a photo with an actor, you definitely want to get those like 8x10s because, the 8x10s protect your autograph from being touched by regular people. It also protects the autograph, in case you ever want to hang it on the wall. It protects those autographs from being destroyed or hurt in any way possible. It protects that because, it needs to be protected at all costs, in my opinion. And it's also really nice to be able to go ahead and showcase and not have to worry about, somebody accidentally touching it and then affecting the signature or affecting the 8x10. But anyways, back to that, back to that story I was talking about just a minute ago, but I had somebody, I'm not going to say who because most of the time I don't remember who it was, but this one vendor, while I was, waiting for my Tara Strong autograph to dry, he touched my Tara Strong autograph and the Sharpie smudged on the sleeve. One tip I can give you guys, I guess my tip of the week is do not put your sleeve, put in your autograph right away in the sleeve. Because sometimes it's not dry yet. So give it about a couple of minutes to dry before placing it in. Otherwise you will be that weird 19-year-old at a con crying because somebody touched your autograph and you didn't think that it was going to be fixed. And then, you just, your mom has to go up there with you to go tell the actor to fix her baby girl's autograph because my mom, no joke, did that. Love my mom. But anyways, don't be that person who goes over and messes with other people's autographs because that's not cool. But, these things can range from about $5 at the most. These 8x10s can range about $5. But the 17 by, if you want any bigger ones, like 11 by 17 inches, which I also do have, if you give me just a moment, I can show you an example of what I'm talking about. These 11 by 17s, I'm pretty sure that it's 11 by 17, but I'm not going to really state it. I'm just going to give you an example of some bigger ones that have, I've been charged for. So these are going to normally range about the $10 to $20 range, depending on who you get or who you're talking to at conventions. You can normally find these at any autograph vendor, or most of any autograph vendor that's there at the show. But if you do find some that are cheaper, do not hesitate to buy it. Just buy it right then and there, because next thing you know, you're going to be, at the show, and, you're never going to find that guy again. So you never have an opportunity that, you might find them. So definitely just buy it right then and there. If you can, or if you find something that's cheaper. Oh, and I forgot to mention one other thing about parking. I guess I should go back to that. I'm sorry. Definitely, if you're one of those people like me who's not very good at parking cars, or, has a terrible time with memory loss, always take photos of, like different streets that you pass and landmarks, so that way, you can properly find your car on the way back. Because if you don't do that, you might lose your car in Dallas or wherever it is that you're going in a big city. Almost happened to me once. Was not a good experience, so just don't do that. Or do that, what I said. Definitely will help you. But anyways, let's go back to what I was originally discussing. Do not... Where was I? I definitely go ahead and put the extra funds back for those particular sleeves, so that way, you're not scrambling around that day trying to, come up with an idea of, what are you going to do with autographs. So, another thing that you might not think about within your budget of budgeting for Comic Cons is those autograph or photo op sleeves, because not only are they good for autographs, they are also very good for photo ops as well, because the photo ops are 8x10s. All of the physical copies of the photo ops are 8x10 photo ops. So, it's going to be about the same size as that Batman picture I previously showed you. So definitely get one of those for your photo op, so that way, you are not having to worry about your photo op getting destroyed, or, the glossiness of it getting hurt. And you can also pin it up on your wall with push pins if that's what you use to showcase your stuff, like me. So definitely do not be afraid to do that. So I'm just going to add that here onto my list of things that you guys might be willing to budget for that you guys did not think about. Alright, so this is kind of a small little budget of small little tips and fees that you guys probably just did not think about. There's the parking, there's the food and drink, and there is the sleeve. So definitely make sure to incorporate these things into your budget. I don't know what your budget is, and I don't know if you guys are getting autographs or photo ops and how many you guys might be getting, but it's definitely something to think about if you are a person like me who likes to, protect their autographs and photo ops from being destroyed. Or worse, hurt. And it's also, again, something that nobody ever really thinks about to add to their budgets. So I'm glad I could definitely help out with that part of it. Let's see here. Also, one thing I'd recommend in your budget, if you're a person who likes to get selfies instead of photo ops, and you also like to get autographs, sometimes they have a better deal if you guys just, go to the show with those selfies and talk and see about certain actors that might have that available. Not all actors are going to have selfies available to you. Some only do photo ops, and that is a-okay, because there's a lot of things going on at the cons. So definitely, if you're one of those people who just likes to have the selfie, just budget for that instead of the photo op. You don't have to have photo ops to be, to prove that you were there with the actor. You can also do, you guys can also combine if you are with more than one person. You don't have to just take on the burden of paying for that full thing yourself. If you're a person who wants to do a photo op and you very much trust that friend of yours to take that photo op with you, it's okay to budget that stuff out and only go into, partial halves of that amount of money. If you guys want to have a photo op, definitely see about, sharing the cost of those budgets, because those budgets are expensive. So, and some actors, they charge, in my opinion, a little bit too much, but I'm not really here to talk about that. I'm just here to talk about what we could save money on. And, you know, if you guys have friends that you guys want to take pictures with or take a picture with a certain actor, don't be afraid to go in partial halves on that. You know, you're going to probably be spending about 50 to, depending on it, about, I'd like to say maybe about $300 on photo ops, depending on who you get. And if it's going to be with more than one actor, you're going to be spending about, you know, $50 to $300 on that alone. So I will definitely put that down in the budget, just in case you are one of those people who likes to do that. But for selfies, you know, sometimes you are going to be spending about, I'd like to say 50 to, I'd like to say maybe $100 on that as well. You know, Hayden Christensen is not offering that at Dallas, but, you know, there are just some actors who do not. So, you know, for selfies, I'm going to put about 50 to 100. For photo ops, gonna put about, I'm gonna say about 50 to maybe 300, just in case, because you gotta also incorporate those extra fees that they're gonna charge you on top of that. You know, so don't be shocked whenever you see your total come out to an extra $15 to $20. You know, it's going to be an extra amount because of those darn inconvenience fees online. But don't be shocked whenever that's how much money, you know, you're going to be spending per photo op. You know, and you can have up to about, I think 3, you know, like sometimes about 2 to 3 people, like 3 adults in that, and then a certain amount of children. I can never remember about the children, but I think it's about 3 children. I could be wrong, but it all just really depends on the con. So, you know, definitely look up your restrictions and like the photo op rules and regulations for each con before going. Don't be shocked if they tell you that you might have to buy another one. Also, definitely, if you are getting a photo op and you're going to want extra prints, definitely add on an extra $10 to your price for those photo ops, because it, you know, like depending on which con that you're going to, sometimes it's about $10 per print. So let me just add that on there for you, so that way we know exactly, you know, how much money that we're going to be spending on that. So if you're a person that wants to get extra prints on top of the one that you already paid for with the physical picture that you already paid for, physical print / JPEGs equal $10 at show per photo. And here is the, you know, area for that. Sorry again, it's backwards. I promise I will fix that at some point. But that's basically what it's going to cost there for all of that fun stuff. So that is just, you know, I think this is all going to be done for the day. You know, tomorrow I think that we should get into talking about, you know, planning for a, not just a bigger con, but maybe like talking about lines and how long that you guys might be waiting in lines, and exactly like what you can do to help better deal with the time. I suppose that we can go into that tomorrow. If you guys are listening at this point, please like this video and subscribe, or don't. I don't really, again, care. I just want to help out some people as best I can. Also, I have started a Facebook group, which will be in the link below if you guys want to visit, or if you guys want to check it out on Facebook. It is called Fans Planning Cons. Definitely check it out. It's going to have a picture of the Captain America shield I showed in my previous video. But anyways, you guys... Oh, and you can also join if you'd like. It's all public. So if you guys want to join, definitely do so, or don't. Again, I don't really care. But anyways, have a good night. Stay safe, and may the force be with you, and live long and prosper tonight. Okay, guys? Bye.